This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Liam Williams over Zoom. Liam, Happy New Year. I hope you could enjoy the festive period as best as possible. Was you able to get up to much despite the circumstances?
Happy New Year to you as well. Not really, mate. Just, can't go out anyway. I just stayed in on some good food, couple of beers. Nothing major, but I've stayed in relatively good shape, to be honest with you. So it's all a bit messed up at the moment, and I can't do nothing. So it's realistically it's worked out quite good for me because having quite a bit of time off training and that, I could have quite easily slipped into going out all the time and that kind of thing. So it's been good for me as well, spending loads of time with my little girl and my missus there.
Liam, it is dark times, but I'm glad that you was able to enjoy it as best as what you could there, as you said, with your missus and your little one. Let's get into some boxing talk. Let's start off with obviously yourself. Firstly, as I ask everybody, have you got any update for us with regards to your current situation with that WBO title?
I'm just, to be honest with you, I'm waiting on a text right now. Not with like confirmation, but just an idea of what's happening because I can't see me fighting Demetrius Andrade. I'll be honest with you. He doesn't want to play ball. I think he's looking to move up to super middleweight and potentially fight Billy Joe, I think so. But I don't know. It's all talk until shit is put on paper, and so just have to keep training, and hopefully I'll find out very soon.
How frustrating a period have you found this, Liam? Because you've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time. You've been on a very impressive run of wins since you joined up with Dominic Ingle. How frustrating a period has it been waiting to get your chance at another world title?
Yes, it's been hard, to be honest with you, because obviously I've been on a very good roll at the moment. Recently, and I want to keep that in motion. I want to keep fighting regularly. Yes, sometimes I'm sat there pulling my hair out, hating on everybody, calling everybody every name under the sun. But just have to try and learn to channel the emotion a bit and keep it cool because where's it going to get me? Throw my toys out the pram. I just need to keep on it and try and stay focused.
Liam, I've heard and seen pretty much the two outcomes which we will discuss now. One being that you may have had the chance to fight Andrade in the coming months, and the other being you might fight for the vacant against Jaime Munguia. Other than those two outcomes, do you see there being any other fight available for that WBO title?
Well, yeah, there's going to be a fight regardless of who it is, because if number one can't do it, they go to number two can't do it, three, and they'll just go down the list. But to be honest with you, I want to fight Andrade or Munguia because they're both unbeaten, they're both proven at the high level. I don't want to fight for a vacant title against somebody who's like further down the order, and I don't want people to be saying like, oh yeah, he's won a world title, but it was a bit of a give me and whatever else. How people are. They just never give credit unless it's fully deserved and you've gone out and made them give you that credit. So I don't want to give anybody the opportunity to knock my achievement then.
Of course, we know that the fight could well go down the rankings if one of Andrade moves up or Munguia is unavailable. But just to stick with those two names, in Andrade's case, I spoke to him in Texas for the Canelo Smith fight week, and he pretty much said then, he wanted the big names, he wanted the likes of Billy Joe, who had been a world champion, and in your case, he put you in the same bracket as Luke Keeler. He said that he's fought opponents like Luke, and then like yourself throughout his career, he wanted the step up now. Just with that kind of knowledge, what do you make of those comments?
He's an absolute fucking fool. And do you know what? I just think he's a fucking freak. And I want to slap him really fucking hard. I just think he's an absolute clown. To even put me in the same bracket as Luke Keeler is a bit offensive, with respect to Luke, because you know, he seems a top fella on that, but I do genuinely believe that I'm a couple of steps higher than him, and I fully believe again that I've got the beating of Andrade. So he's just playing it down, to be honest with you. He don't want the fight. He knows it's a dangerous fight for him, and he's obviously, you know, if he's going to get beat, he might as well get beat by one of the bigger names and cash out on it.
Liam, do you see that fight, if it doesn't happen at 160, do you see a fight that could happen down the line when or if the time comes you move up to 168?
With Andrade, you mean, yeah?
Yep.
I've not really thought that far in front, to be honest with you, because I say I'm on my path at 160, and you know, I'm making good strides at the moment. I'm there now for the big fights, and you know, I'm not planning on moving up to 168. I probably will in the future, to be honest with you, and I would right now for a massive fight, to be honest with you. But you know, as it goes this time, you know, that's not really my sights.
Talk about Jaime Munguia, Liam. If you ended up facing him for that WBO title, what would you expect from him, and what have you made of his journey and career so far?
He is what he is, and he's obviously very good at what he does. He's got a big engine. He's relentless. He seems to punch pretty hard, but I don't think that you'll bring anything different out of him. You won't. I don't feel like you change someone like him. He's stuck in his ways. You know what you're going to get. He's going to come out all guns blazing, crash bang wallop. You know, and it's going to, you know, whichever way you look at it, it's going to be a hard task, very hard task. I need to be super fit and super focused for that fight, but I definitely believe I can beat him as well, because, you know, he hangs his chin out a little bit. He gets hit a little too often, and he's been hit and hurt a couple of times by people who, like, you know, I'm thinking if I hit him that same way, then he's going to be gone. Do you know what I mean?
Liam, I spoke to somebody yesterday and asked them kind of, with regards to titles now, we've seen it throughout the years, but especially in this moment and in these times, it's particularly hard to get the opportunities. When yours comes, do you feel an extra pressure to take it, because then you hold the title, you hold the marbles, and you can start to call the shots more and try to guide your career down the path that you want?
Yeah, you're right, mate. This is a case of, at this moment in time, for a lot of these big names, I'm too much risk, not enough reward. You know, I understand that. I'm not. I understand the business side of it. I'm not stupid, you know. But for me, it is just frustrating, because I know I'm good enough. I know I've got what it takes, but it's just a case of getting something over the line. But it will happen. I'll fight for the title next, regardless, because I'm mandatory, you know. So just have to try and keep focused, and you know, not get too frustrated by things.
Liam, your old mate, Chris Eubank Jr. has teamed up with Team Sauerland, Kalle obviously and Nissa. With regards to that announcement, did you make anything of it? And if so, do you think it could open up the doors for you two to clash?
Potentially, I think the Sauerlands and Frank have done a fair bit of business in the past, you know, and I think they get along well and all that kind of thing. So I don't see why not. Just depends, again, if he wants it, he's probably going to go chasing the likes of Golovkin and Canelo for the big payouts. But I'm here and I'm willing. If they're interested in that fight, then I definitely am.
The perfect year for you, Liam. Name me 3 fights that in ascending order you would like to have this year?
So the way I'm looking at that, I think I can rule. I think I can rule Andrade out of the picture at the moment. I think I fight Munguia, beat him, take the title. I've said it a number of times, I'd love to fight Golovkin. Don't get me wrong, I'm not for 1 minute saying he's shot or he's no good anymore, but he's not the fighter he once was. Massive name. I'd love to fight Golovkin, and then the likes of Canelo after that, because, you know, once you've beaten them big names, then you just got to go searching for them massive fights, big payouts, big, you know, ones you can leave a bit of a legacy behind.
What did you make of Triple G's fight at the back end of last year? He fought the day before Canelo Smith. I've seen different views on it. I've seen some people saying he looked good, he looked sharp. Others saying he maybe never quite looked like he could go through the gears. What did you make of Triple G's performance and his win?
I've said it for his last couple of fights, to be honest with you. I don't think he's been the same, you know, the ferocious fighter that we all know. When you mention, you know, Triple G, everybody thinks of that, you know, absolute animal, like just going through people for fun. But I don't think we've seen that in him the last couple of times. Don't get me wrong, he's still good, he still punches hard. But yeah, just I don't think he's got that snap in him anymore. And I didn't watch the full fight with I can't pronounce his name. What's his name? With him, yeah. I didn't watch the full fight. I watched a couple of clips. I thought he looked okay, but to be honest with you, that Cerameta, I think he's dog shit, if I'm being totally honest with you. Because I would have liked to fight him myself not so long ago for the European title. And I was watching him and I was thinking, this, I thought it would have been a gimme, like, you know, and I think I would have gone through him.
What do you make of Charlo up at 160 as well? You've got to factor him into the equation, Liam.
They are again, and they're very good fighters. You know, good punchers, good. Again, they've got a bit of everything, and I do rate them quite highly. I'd love to fight either of them as well.
Just moving forwards, Liam, I want to get your thoughts on the 168 division now. You saw Canelo defeat Callum Smith, one of your old campmates and a friend of yours, Billy Joe Saunders, is in the frame to face him around May time. Your thoughts if Billy Joe was to get the fight, Liam? You know, is he the man who could stop, or not necessarily stop, just defeat Canelo?
I rate Billy Joe very highly. He's obviously, you know, anybody who knows even a little about boxing, they know that Billy Joe's very good and very skillful. Whether he'll have it in him to beat Canelo, I don't know. It's a big ask because right now he's red hot and no one's really. To be honest with you, when I was watching him when he beat Callum Smith, I just thought he made it look totally effortless. Just walked him down, pinned him on the ropes, little flurry, and he was just relaxing again. He didn't even. I don't feel like he came out of second gear. He was just chilling.
How does anybody kind of beat Canelo in your eyes, Liam?
Fucking take a hammer, a baseball bat, crowbar. Just depends which way you want to do it. But you know, anybody with a set of gloves on and 2 arms, 2 legs, they're going to struggle against him because I genuinely think he is red hot at the moment and he's going to take some beating.
Let me touch on a couple of the fights. One of your former campmates once again, Cal Brook, unless he's back now, I don't know. But obviously, you've worked alongside him in the past. Amir Khan has said that he'd like to face Cal this year, a fight which I'm sure you lot would have spoken about in the gym before, a fight which you've spoken about for many a year. If we did see it this year, your thoughts, and are you still interested by
it? I'll obviously watch it, but not really for any other reason than because I support Kel and he's my mate kind of thing, you know. there's obviously not as much demand as there once was, but I think everybody still wants to see it, just to like put the talk to bed. Who would have won? None of that bollocks can go on anymore. It's just like, you just have a winner and just get it over with. But I think obviously Kel, I think Kel would probably agree, maybe not openly, but I think he'll agree with me in saying that he's not what he once was, and he's not. That's just the truth. But he's still got something left to give, and I genuinely think he could beat Khan. I think the timing and the punch power he carries, that beats the speed of Khan 9 times out of 10, I would say.
Right, Liam, we will leave that interview there. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully, by the time we next speak, you have got some official news and a date to work towards. I appreciate your time today, though, mate. Look after yourself, and thank you, Speeds Boxing Social.
Thanks, mate. Fingers crossed I'll have something for you soon.